Hello. I'm trying to get comfortable here. I am recording this before I change my mind. It is now 1 week since my ayahuasca journey. It was last Sunday. I recorded a video the day before I left to go travel to take part in my ceremony. And wow, I have no words, or it's hard for me, even as a writer. It is completely hard for me to come up with the words to describe what I experienced. Not that that's a bad thing. It was so amazing and so beautiful. I'm about to cry. It was so amazing and so beautiful and so divine. And like I mentioned in my first video, divine timing, perfect timing. And I could feel that on the way down to this place, traveling there, and the entire weekend. It was completely divine. On the way there, I repeatedly saw the number 33 and 333, and both of these numbers are very important to me. They have been my whole life. My favorite number is 3 and 33, not to mention all the other beautiful sacred meanings behind 3, 33, and 333, and 3333. Well, yeah, I saw these numbers nonstop. And when I met some of the members from the community, I just immediately felt very welcomed. I felt at home, very kind, and they were very hospitable, and I had a beautiful day Saturday. And I was told that since I was new and it was my first time doing ayahuasca, that they actually were going to do a ceremony just for me. I was not going to be taking part in the ceremony with everyone. So I did not participate on Saturday. And at first I was very disappointed, a little disappointed, and but I knew there must be a reason. And I just went with the flow. They told me that since it was going to be new for me, and since it was my first time, they wanted it to be special, but also wanted it to where there was no distractions at all. That way I would be able to really feel the connection and feel the power of ayahuasca. Sunday came, and my ceremony, and the place where we decided to do it, yet more signs. Happened to see an image of Kuan Yin, a goddess that I have been seeing a lot of lately. Her image and message appearing to me. Sorry, the crying made me a little bit to have a runny nose, and I don't know where my tissue is. On top of that, this song, I don't know if you can hear it, just touches my heart and my soul. I cry a lot when I hear it now. It was played during my ceremony. Well, at the place where we did the ceremony, there was a picture of Kuan Yin, and Actually, that place that we were at, we were not going to do the ceremony there. We were just there for a brunch with the community members, and then we were going to go somewhere else for the ceremony. But when I walked into this place and I felt the energy and I saw Kuan Yin, I just naturally said, wow, I feel so at home here. And because I said that, they decided to do it there for me. And so I got to sit on pillows right below Kuan Yin for 3.5, 4 hours in lotus position. Kuan Yin, the image just right above my head. It was beautiful. I did also forget to mention, as one of the signs that I saw on Saturday, I did not get to take part in the ceremony like I told you on Saturday, but I was there with the community right before they did go into do an ayahuasca ceremony with one another. And I peered into the room where they were going to do it, and my jaw just dropped, because there on the wall was an art piece of a dove. And the dove, if you don't know, for me is my spirit symbol, or at least one of them. It has been since I noticed her in 2012. I noticed that the dove Shekinah she kept popping up, and every time I would see her, I knew that meant I was on the right path. And every time I saw the dove, or literally saw a dove, there were times, like when I was in Italy, in the village of Cerchio, I literally saw a dove after I had been praying for a while. So I see the dove. I haven't seen the dove lately. I saw it once in Philadelphia. It was very random. I saw a big, beautiful dove over someone's door, literally in the city. A dove, a big, beautiful white dove. It was amazing. So anyway, so when I saw this dove, my jaw dropped, and I just had these chills, and I knew I was somehow in the right place. I didn't know these people. I didn't know what was going to happen, but I just knew. I knew, quite literally in my head, I said, holy shit. I mean, literally, I did. Yes, I did. I said, holy shit. Okay, there you are. Here I am. This is really happening. This is where I'm supposed to be. So, then Sunday, like I said, at the place for brunch, and then I realized it was just, I felt so at home, so they decided to do my ceremony there, and I can't quite put into words yet everything, because so much was revealed to me, and I had no idea that 3.5, 4 hours passed. But in this time, I actually had guides with me the majority of the time. If you do not know me personally, or you have not really followed my work or read anything from my blog or my videos, I am clairaudient and can hear. I can hear, I guess, beings from different realms, dimensions, and I was very accustomed to hearing my spirit guides and sometimes the angels. And so during this journey, I heard beings talking to me, and the visions I was seeing was absolutely beautiful. It's very hard to describe. And possibly I will just make another video, maybe describing the imagery better. Right now, I will just tell you a little bit. Like I mentioned before in my first video about ayahuasca, I said that some things that are spiritual and supernatural and sacred, sometimes some things are not meant to be said or spoken of. So there are some things that I think I will refrain from talking about in this video. But I will say that these beautiful, loving guides showed me some things about myself. There was an example that happened where it quite literally showed me how mirroring works, how we see in others what's really in ourselves. And they showed me my purpose, which I'm so grateful, because I have been on the right path this whole time. And they just confirmed that I am a healer, I am a teacher. And it took some time for me to figure this out. I am 28 years old, but in the 3 years that I have completely dedicated myself to my spirituality, my spiritual life, my spiritual path. In these 3 years, this is how I came to realize I am a healer. And if you follow my blog, you know that that's when my journey really began, at the end of 2011 and beginning of 2012. They showed me how my healing abilities work, how I help others heal. And sometimes I do it without even realizing I do it. They showed me what my next step is, where I'm going, which I'm grateful, because it's where I was hoping. And I had signs before this ayahuasca ceremony, about a few weeks before. I actually had an answered prayer. I just literally I was crying one night, just praying for guidance and my next steps. And then lo and behold, the next day I got the answered prayer. I'm sorry that I'm so sniffly. It's a few things. Sorry. I know, it's kind of gross. Sorry. Keeping it real. Anyways. So, where was I? Healing. They also, how do I put this into words? They showed me what this planet is, planet Earth. They showed me this beautiful planet and what she is and how everything works. I don't know how to explain that. I'll try later. Maybe I won't. I don't know. It's very sacred. And they showed me how everything is connected and how everything here is divinely designed. And everything here is in perfect harmony. And everything here, all of creation here is interconnected and in ways you have no idea. And you have to have the eyes to see it. And it's quite magical. Literally, it is magical. This planet is truly magical. And all of creation is literally dancing and singing in harmony and in joy. In joy of this beautiful connection, this beautiful energy and spirit that runs through everything. And they showed me things about humans, and I don't know how to put this into words. You will hear me speaking a lot more about the planet. You will hear me speaking a lot more about Earth and humans. And I will be speaking up, being very vocal about this planet and what humans have done to it. I now feel so much more connected to my ancestors. I feel so more connected to my past lives. They did confirm and show me a little bit of my past lives. They didn't show me complete exact details, a lot of details, but in a way they did. It's really hard to explain, but I have been a healer before, and I am a healer now. And I came into this lifetime remembering a lot. And as an example to show you how things are so beautiful and magical, even just my soul, I will try to keep this simple. I don't know how. My soul literally chose a completely beautiful design from the life I chose, the identity I chose, to my name, to the day I was born. During the session, I literally wanted to cry, and I don't remember if I did or didn't, while the mestre was chanting, doing chamadas, and also playing music. Every single chant that he did and the songs that he played during my ceremony was all directed to me. And the crazy thing is, this man barely knows me. He intuitively was guided to do certain chants and play certain songs. And I knew at my core, this was all for me, chosen for me. My name, Trina Marie, I literally chose a life design with so many omens and signs, and chose to meet certain souls during certain periods in my life. Everything was completely designed to help me remember who I am and why I am here, on this planet this time. That is completely amazing and beautiful, and I was speechless at the end. And I cried inside and externally all the way home, and I have spent the whole week randomly crying, and not from sorrow or pain, but from joy and gratitude, and in complete awe of the universe and this planet. And before now, I have always felt like a stranger and disconnected from Earth, and I have not really wanted to be here on Earth because of the memories that I have from a different lifetime somewhere else, somewhere not on Earth. And my friends know this, and we've talked about it, but this is the first time that I feel so connected to this planet, knowing that I am still a visitor, but being so grateful that I'm here and that I remember, and knowing that this was perfect. My ancestors knew what they were doing. I am indigenous at the roots. I am Puerto Rican and have a strong indigenous history. And even before this lifetime, in a different lifetime, I was indigenous. And before that, I was someone else with ties to Lemuria, and I have always been a healer and a teacher. And my ancestors knew. They knew about this magic, and they knew about the beauty and divinity of this planet, and had great reverence and respect and love and gratitude for this universe, this planet, everything, all of creation here. And they worked in harmony. The indigenous worked in harmony on this planet, lived in harmony. They lived and learned about the land, about everything on this planet. And now do you see how the indigenous have been treated for so long? You are going to hear me speak up a lot now about the indigenous, about this land, about this planet, about humans in general, and healing. I have been talking about healing for about 2 years now anyways, but this is now so much more important, and I understand now why it is so important. And I'm going to speak up, and I'm going to connect with others. I know they will be brought to me, and I will be brought to them, because this is my purpose. And what is meant to be will be, and will come naturally. This is how the universe works. I already know. There's so much more that was shown, but it's really hard to put it into words, and I also don't think that it is meant for me to speak about it. I don't know if I should speak about it at all, or if at this time. And I have been speaking now for 22 minutes. And I don't know who has been watching and listening for 22 minutes. But I do know that those who are meant to hear this have been hanging in there. Those that this resonates with, and those who needed to hear this and watch this really did, and have watched it all the way to the end. And for that I am grateful. I am grateful. This is not about how many likes, how many views, how popular I am. What matters the most to me is that I touch the hearts and souls of the people that needed this. And everything that I do, my poetry, my articles, my blog posts, my Instagram posts, my Facebook posts, everything that I do it knowing that it will touch the right people. So the same goes for here. So thank you so much for watching and listening. And I never did put up links and information about ayahuasca, and I hope that I get to do that. I have literally this whole week been in complete awe of everything, and just so grateful and completely enchanted, and painting. I have been painting nonstop. One of them is right behind me. I am currently working on one right now called The Crowning of Princess Mariana. And it's really magical. And wow. I don't know. Okay, I'm getting off here now. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, a wonderful night. Shine your light. May peace be with you. Namaste.